welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to today's C++ Game Club. Yes, my name's Blades, and I've got the title right this time. Good start to the day. Professional streaming all round. Okay, what are we doing this week? We've got to the stage now where, we need to start building a world. Let's see what we can find. What have I got here? Bunnies, ferns. Ooh, person. Blender. Okay, that's Blender. Oh. That's a purple man. Okay, this will do. I'm guessing. It's textured. Right, okay, this is going to be Bob. What I've been doing myself, I've been, how can you put it? Knocking around. Oh, that's the X direction. Okay. The Y direction. Right, I see. Yeah, okay, I can possibly use this. This can be a placeholder for a bipedal form. Player texture.png. I think that's going to have to change. Right, okay, so we're going to have to mess with this. There's lots of things going on in here. I'm not overly sure what. So this is the scene. Animation composing 3D full view. Okay, 3D full view. Well, yeah, that's okay. What's default? Oh, right, okay. Right, that doesn't really help me. File. Export. OBJ. Person.obj. Well, I'm sorry, this is going to have to be Bob. I don't care. We're not putting you here either. Let's have a look. Where can we go to? We can go to our game development. We can go to our sandbox. We can use our sandbox for this. Resources. I will go to tech level 3. And yeah, I think this is going to be our new Bob. Who's this Bob? Oh, yes. Right. Yeah, this is going to get thrown away, isn't it? Yeah, right. Okay. So, person, we're going to call Bob. I always call my people Bob for some reason. I don't know why. Bob. All I've done is hunted around on the internet to find things like trees and stuff, which I need to put in as well. Alright, so that's Bob. So we can export you here, can't we? Yes. Operator presets. Forwards, -Z. Up, Y. Path, mode. Don't know. Scale 1. Okay. Don't know how big he's going to be because I didn't have a look. Keep vertex order, not bothered. Triangulate faces, have to click that one. Right materials, include UVs. Right normals, yeah, okay, we'll have those as well. Include edges, okay. Apply modifiers, animation, selection only. Well, it's the only thing here, so export. And that is now, or should now be Bob. Oh, and he's not purple anymore. Okay. Alrighty, let's just close that down and see what I've done. So in programs, where are we? Programs, D. Yeah, that's right, game development, sandbox, resources. What have I just done? Did I put you into here? Yeah, I think I did. Let's have a look. Okay, it's given us an MTL. That's a lot of vertexes. VTs, Fs, yeah, that's about right, yeah. Okay. He'll have no RGB. Alright, fair enough. I could look for a tree as well. Let's have a look. Sandbox. Development. Game. Here we go. Blender. That tree. I'm going to look in this one again. A fern. No. Low poly tree. Okay. Low poly tree. What are you? Type 3D object. He's got a PNG file. Alright, that's in OBJ file. Okay. Low poly tree. Any other tree? Tree 1 3D object. I've got tree 1. Let's try the low poly tree first of all then. Okay. View using... No. Opening Visual Studio, no thank you. Alright, okay. Where's Blender? I'll just get you across slightly so I can see you a little bit. Blend. Okay, here's Blender. File. Import. Wave.obj. Why I'm in here? Desktop documents. Ah. as I was doing. Low poly tree, that's the one I want to look at. Import OBJ. Alrighty, that's a tree. Okay. That looks okay. Texture, UV. UV editing. Okay, we've got a cube, we've got a cylinder. Alright, the cube. I'm not sure how this is working. Alright. Camera, light, vertex groups, cube. So this is the UV map. This looks like the material. I'm not certain how this is going, so alright, I'll leave that alone for now. It needs a bit more experimentation with, I think. But this looks interesting. Because we've got this box thing in the middle of it, and then all of these squiggly bits. Do find that interesting. Right, okay. Fine. It looks okay, actually, for a low poly. Interesting. Ah, right, that's how you move around. Whoa, too much. Okay. I think I might work on this one for trees. Looks rather good. See if I can get that to take a texture. Okay. Right, so I need my person texture now. Close. Discard changes. Thank you. Person. We were doing person. Here we go. So what was the texture? Was it player texture? GIMP, please. Whoa. Yeah, this is it. Alrighty. What can I do about this? Good question. That's 100%. That's 50. 200%. Okay. Sleeve. Thing. Blue. Right, this has to change. Right, let's see if I can work it out to do this. Yes, my artistic skills are going to be, how can you put it, managed at this point. We've got a colour picker. Usually looks like a pipette. That'll do. Okay, that's you. Background is... No, I want background now, don't I? colour pipette. You. Change background colour. Swap. That might do it. Alright, I need an eraser. Where's the eraser just gone to? Is that an eraser tool? Yeah, I think it is. Will that work? Oh yes, that'll work. Let's get rid of this stupidity. Yeah, that'll do. Just get rid of a bit more here. Colour picker. That brown, please. Thank you. And now I just need a brush. Okay. Or is that a pen? Oh, that's a bit big. Right size. Ooh. About. Yeah. Oh, God. 2.79. Sharpen that up. Because I unsharpened it. Now, face. Face. I don't like all of this rubbish here. Am I allowed to change that as a single colour? Probably. Yeah. I don't like that colour. Let's put it that way. So let's choose the colour white for a second. Go to background. Choose colour front. Have I got that? Yeah, I have. Now I need a brush. What will that give me? Okay, that gives me something. Alright. I can just scribble on here, can't I? Just go around the outside of it. Try and get rid of most of this blue rubbish. I'm not sure how to use these kind of paint thingies, so I'm just going to scribble everywhere. I don't care. Alright, we'll see if this works anyway. I could redesign the whole thing. But for now, this will do. See if my scribbles come through is the main point there, I think. Now, textures. How are we loading textures? PNGs. Okay. Alright, so that's the colour I'm after. I'll just put a bit of colour in here. I'll come back to it and do it properly sometime. This is the same. So I'll just scribble on there. This is the same. Scribble on there. And scribble on here. This could be an interesting effect. You never know. Or it could just be a complete and utter mess, which is what I usually create to start off with. Okay, we've got a bit of stuff here, let's get on with things. Now, if you didn't already know, we haven't got a texture loader. Interesting. We have everything in place for a texture loader, but we don't actually have one. So Bob, you are going to be tested out first of all. Alright, I've had enough of this already. Right, so stop playing with that. That's the first thing. So I've got a texture going. Oh, I haven't got a face on it now. Let's put a face on it. We'll have an orange face for now. So I'm going to have there we go. That's nice. That's wonderful. And I want bright yellow or something, or at least just to put in the middle there. There we go. And a deep red. Should finish it off. There we go. That's lovely. That looks more... yeah. I don't know what it looks. Oh, bless. File. Export as player.bob.png, please. No, I think we'll go back and we'll go into our game development and we'll work in here. It's a sandbox, we can shove anything in. So resources, textures. Okay, we haven't got a Bob texture, so we do have now, and it's a PNG. So export. RGBA. I think it is. Yeah, okay. I'll have that. Export. We are going to see if that works or not. Yeah, it looks a mess, but who cares? It probably won't work, so that's immaterial to me. It's asking me to save changes. Discard changes, thank you. I don't want the original to be messed up, as it were. Let's get to some programming now. And see what we can do with that. Oh, we've got some coffee here as well. Nice. Development. We want... this should be our sandbox. Yeah, okay. Here's our sandbox. I can close that one down. Set a startup. Let's have a look in sandbox resources now. OBJ. Bob object. No. Oh, body object. Where's Bob? Oh, he's the insect level 3. Ah, yes, he is. There he is. That's the object I've got. Okay. Let's load him up and see what he looks like. So on shelf. I've got Bob Gold. Alright, that'll do. Why is that not loading then? Why are we getting our cuboid? Righty, okay. So close sandbox. Amber. Rendering. Core. Model warehouse. Let's have a look what we're doing. Initialize models, create entities, prepare models, load models. Here we go. I see. Test 0 is the floor. Test 1 is the cuboid. Oh. Alrighty. Okay, test 3. So we're not reading in anything at the moment. Alright, I didn't realise that. It's been so long since I've been in here that I've actually forgotten where I'm up to, but I'm not that bothered. It's not a very difficult program to follow, as you can see. Oops. I'll put in Bob now. And we'll go for 2. Do I have to change it anywhere else? Yeah, here. 2. Okay. Alright, we now have a 3D model stored in... Yeah, okay. Lovely. So that's just a straightforward loader. That needs a semicolon. That's good. It's not bad. That was an easy change. The library. It's struggling. Ah. Huzzah! It worked! Hey! So, we've got Bob at long last. Yeah. I know. It's funny, I know. I like doing these funny things. So, over here in Sandbox, yeah, we have a Bob. We have a texture for him as well in here. We have a bob.png. We are not loading textures. Ooh, yeah, it might do though. Yikes, haven't checked. Sandbox CPP. Just put space in to make it redo things. Okay, what's it doing? Yeah, okay. We're on. Game solo. Oh, here's Bob. Oh, wow. That's kind of working. It looks a bit weird. Welcome to the Zombie Apocalypse Part 5000. Yeah, Bob's okay. What we need to do though is texture him. And that's going to be our next problem. The only thing I don't like about this is that he's, well, revolving around. Actually, that's a good point. It means that I can have a look to see if anything's missing. Holes, gaps. No, I can't see any holes in him. The light's reflecting properly, or seems to be. In fact, the light seems to be doing a good job. Just have a quick look around here, over on the far side, from the light. See if we've got anything behind him that's a bit dodgy. The lighting is doing well. Yeah, it is. It's getting in between that gap nicely. This is what I wanted to test more than anything else, is lighting effects and stuff. So, yeah, that's a usable model. And I'm guessing if you've got Blender, it's easy to produce. So if you've got any knowledge of Blender at all, I'm sure that it's possible to produce. Unless you call Blades, who has absolutely no knowledge about these things at all. Right, okay, I'll go with that. So Bob's up and loading. Interestingly. States, please. And I think I want my avatar. He's on render batch. There's the rotation. Right, I'm going to take rotation off for a bit because that was scary, to say the least. I'm not sure actually. Should I keep rotation on? It's easy to look at all the different sides of him. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep rotation on then. Okay. Texture. I don't know if it loaded a texture or not. Right, so let's go back to our library. It looks like we've got some work to do in here. It's so we can have textures. I know how much work there is to do, and it's not really that much. I wouldn't have thought. We've got draw colour. We have actually got draw texture. Okay. Draw colour. Draw colour H. Draw texture. Draw texture H. Let's have a look at these for starters. Colour is working. That's a fact. There we go. So draw texture.h, draw colour.h. Here we go. So texture, shader, colour shader. That's good news. World models H, world models. Yeah. Core camera, core camera. Okay. Yep, the same, the same, the same. Prepare instance, prepare color, texture model, and clean up. Alrighty. This doesn't look bad. I've changed that name because I didn't like the entity, because it isn't, it's the model. Alrighty. Prepare draw texture. Now needs the Vec3 sky. Okay. Alright. We'll pop that there then. Why hasn't it updated? Never mind. Grief. The entity. Yeah, we're changing the name to the model. Okay. because that's more accurate. Why is it just writing in white? Okay. So we have changed this one to Vec3 Sky. It looks like IntelliSense just hasn't got a clue. And we changed one down here to the model. That's a simple change. The model. And we'll just copy that through. Right, everything in here could have changed. So let's start at the bottom because that's where the interesting stuff happens. Clean up. Num attributes count. Can't see everything. That's my bad. What's it do? Okay. GL disable vertex attribute count. Yep. Bind array. Yep. You have the extra of unbinding the texture. So you also have GL bind texture. Okay. So that's an extra bit. Prepare color. Prepare texture. Shine variables, attributes, something or other's going on here which I can't see. Vertex array, yeah, that's okay. Shine damper reflectivity, which we are using. That's the texture, that's the added bit. Okay. And then bind the 2D. So that just finishes. Okay, so we've just got textures added to this side. That's good. Preparing instances. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll change names again here. Wonder why I didn't change the name here. Okay. A bit of disparity going on. Not sure what's going on with this, so we'll get it back to what it was. Position, rotation and scale. Yeah, okay. That's looking okay. That's looking okay. Lovely. So there's nothing really different going on there. Load model matrix. Shader texture, yeah. Load view matrix equals blah blah. Load view matrix. Ah, here we go. M shaded load model matrix. Yeah, okay, that's that bit. View matrix camera. And load view matrix through the shader. Right, yeah, I've got it now. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Render. Only slight differences on render again. Yep, that's all the same. Yeah. Batches. GL draw elements. Yeah. Clean up. Yeah. So that's literally the same. Nothing surprising going on there. Prepare draw colour. Prepare draw texture. I've added a load sky colour. It's not on the texture shader at this point. Alrighty. It really should be though. Let's be honest. I mean, these two have to match at the end of the day. Shader texture, isn't it? And there's no sky colour. I'll look that up in a second. Okay, that's looking good. Draw, 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 yeah, okay. Alright, so there's only this sky colour thing that I want to add for definite. So, M shader texture. We're off to next. So, draw texture wasn't too bad. Wow. Alright. So, done with the rendering. Rendering is up to date. And that's the texture shader there. And over here, I want the colour shader. And yeah, we'll take the H. All I'm doing is basic comparisons, making sure that everything matches. It has to match at this stage. If it doesn't, I can't develop it any further. So where did we put the sky? There. After shine variables. So we do have this extra one to add in. Yeah, that'll do. I think it's done it. Alright. Even if it doesn't come up with a little box. Reflectivity, matrix light. Yeah, that's good. All the bases are the same. Except that one. Looking good already. And this is actually quite a good update, this. I've been wanting to do the textures for ages. So that's what we seem to be doing now. That's fine. Texture shader. Colour shader. I think everything was virtually the same in here. It's a duplication, but it's not meant to be. It's so that I can work on them separately once we're happy. Yeah, we're looking okay. We're looking okay. There's going to be a location to do, which is that line there. There we go. U sky colour. Alright, so we're going to have to add a uniform sky colour to our shader. If you're wondering what the sky colour's about, that's about creating a fog impression. Putting a formula into the shaders for it. So I'll be looking at that today as well. Oh, that's nice. Bind attributes. Position, normal colour. Position, normal texture coordinate. 012112. Yep, that's right. Let's load the sky colour. So that's the same as that. So that's its method. Or whatever you want to call it. Its function, its method. I like the word method. I don't like the word function. It sounds... Function sounds a little bit abrasive to me. Right, I'm happy with that. We are very close to starting the automation up on this. Right, so we've altered everything up to this point. Yeah, there's nothing up here. So really, I'm just down to the shaders. And I don't think that uniform is in the vertex shader. Okay. Sandbox. No, don't go to resources yet. Because I don't think I'm loading the texture up at all. And I'm certainly not calling for it. Alright, library. Close you. So I can get rid of all you lot now for a second. Clear the decks. We're doing the shaders. Sandbox. Shaders. Colour. And texture. There is no sky requested in here, as expected. So, texture, frag, and colour. Frag is where it goes different. So after reflectivity, yeah, we've got the texture, got the light colour, shine, reflectivity, and now I want to add the last one, uniform, actually. I want to add that one. Everything else is good in what we're doing. I'm not having that anymore. Why? What am I doing? I'm using GL frag colour. Oh. Okay. Fair enough. GL frag colour it is. Yeah. That one there. Right, to find out what we're doing with this sky colour, all I'll do is highlight it. And the only thing we should be doing is here. V_visibility. Okay. I've got a couple of things here that I'm not sure about. Oh, we do have something in the vert shader. There. In float vert shader visibility. We need that. Fantastic. that. We'll go back to the vertex shader and look that up. That's good. Nothing else is changing. All we're doing is we're mixing up the colours using the mix function. Okay. And there's a comma there. Yeah, I can do that quite easily. So that goes like that. There's a comma. And there should be another comma here. And this gives V visibility thingy. Visibility like that. There we go. We'll do that properly. So that should look now exactly the same as this. As the final calculation. Yep, that's correct. What I'm thinking though is that can really come out as well. I like that. And we've got the command and then the variables. Yes, I'm happier with that. So back in our vertex shader, we have a V for visibility out. There. And it's equal to fog. Right, let's make sure I haven't changed anything else here. World position equals vec U model position. Okay. I've then got a delta camera. Alright. I think I was having problems with the camera and I split it out. So, okay. We'll go with that. It's just an extra piece set in here to get a VEC4 delta camera. GL position equals U projection times a delta camera. Yeah, that's right. Because that's replaced that. I was messing around with them. So I'll do it. Delta camera. That splits it off nicely. V text coordinate equals texture coordinate. We don't send a colour through, do we? We send a texture coordinate through. That's correct. Colour, none. The lighting and texture will take care of that. Lighting, surface normal. To light vector, to camera vector. And then we just need the fog. Delta camera. Yeah, that's what I needed it for. Okay. Where have I set up visibility? Okay. We haven't set up visibility. Or density and gradient is them two there, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Alrighty. Put a couple of consts in and we should be getting better. Thank you. We're working. Right, so we have our fog working on both models in exactly the same way. Good. Okay, let's see if we can build and run that. Interestingly. Right, so B library, build. That succeeded. Doesn't mean much really. Sandbox. We should really do a rebuild at this point. Alright, I'll do a rebuild. We altered quite a lot. A big chunk there was altered. So I'm not expecting this just to work. In fact, you won't see the texture. That's not what I'm testing. What I'm testing is that it'll run. So let's just run this up. It'll do exactly the same as it should have done last time. So let's have a go at that. Yeah, it's done exactly the same as it did last time. That's fantastic. What I'm looking for now is errors. So I've got no errors. That is good. That is better than good. That is amazing. Everything. Yes, this is amazing. Right, now I need to do something like look at the way we are approaching our game loop here, because our avatar is going to need a texture. Now the texture isn't held here, it's held by the model warehouse, or should be. But our model will need to know if it's got a texture or not. That can come at two levels. We can put it at the avatar level, which is here. This doesn't have anything to do with loading itself. Does this know who it is? It does an M camera update and it calls the batch renderer, which it shouldn't do. Right. I don't mind that. I do mind that. That should be in the game state. But for now, it's here in the avatar. Yeah, we're having an avatar render moment here when we shouldn't really do that in the game. We should be calling upon the batch renderer. We want more than the avatar. We want all the trees and all the models to go. So we have actually got it here. What should happen is that gets passed in as a target. Replaces this target stuff up here. Render target star target. And we should really ask for the renderer. Right. Because that's 2D. Okay. It's looking more sensible. The less a change at once, the better. Where did I leave my to-dos? I don't think I've got them on here, have I? No, I haven't. Alright, so it comes through here. So render batch and where do we submit? There. So we're sending in the model and the entities, yeah, which is a load of entities, 1,000 I think we're using at the moment for some insane reason. Why not? So that comes under Amber : model. Okay. Alright, it's not in there. It's got textures and stuff in there. So we are going to need to look at that. Nope. Has texture. So it already knows. And it's holding the texture ID. Oh, you beaut. We are well ahead on this programming. Okay. So we have the two things we need. Texture ID and whether it has a texture or not. Okay. So it comes up to here. There's a texture loader. Just takes a file path, fine. Does it specify more about this file path or not? No, it's just a straightforward texture loader. Bind and unbind is in there. Okay. Alright, do we actually? Yes, we do. Load a texture in here. It comes towards the bottom. Load texture. New texture. Yeah, that's it. Get ID to a uint. And return it. Who's calling you? There. Oh, I've just typed it in, have I? Oh, that's not very clever of me. Okay. I need to look at our person, Bob. Yeah, let's take a closer look at Bob. So this is pretty intricate stuff, but not too bad. Sandbox. Resources. I think I put him into level 3, didn't I? Yeah. Bob. Let's just have a quick look in Notepad. Bob the object. Well, we get the MTL. Okay. Let's have a look at the MTL file. Right, it's not giving it. Well, that's good. Alright. So we need to know whether we have a texture or not. And we can now decide that through our loader. That's okay then. How does it know if it has a texture? I thought it was supposed to put it in the materials. But it doesn't seem to have done. Right, I'm going to have to look into that a bit more. I always thought that the MTL file for Bob would have contained the file or file name for the texture, or should do. Let's just have a look at Shell for a minute. Oh God, stop doing this to me. Just put it into something I can read. Yeah, I was given a texture, and those are those two values, shininess and stuff. Okay. If it has texture, how will I know? That's awkward. I don't think I've saved the Bob out correctly. I don't want to rig this. I want to fix it. Right. Right. Dun, 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 dun. That's the object. That's the Blender file. Okay, where's the MTL file? That's the cube. Oh God. Oh. Yeah. Nothing there. No materials even mentioned. Right. That's awkward. Especially when I'm trying to set this up to do a texture run. Alright. Where do I set textures? Current model texture ID gets there. It doesn't say the texture's true at that point. That's interesting. So m_current model loading dot has texture equals true. Just in case it hasn't been set somewhere else, let's just double check these. Equals m has texture. It's set here. Okay. So that is a Z. Don't need it. It's being set here, but we have to get to it first. Cut. And paste. m_has textures. Texture equals true. Alright, let's make sure that hasn't already been done. Well, it can't be done because we're not detecting them properly. Alright, so when I need to put a detection in. Right, so that's there. I mean, I could just switch that off. That might be a better idea. Starts as true. And the only time it goes to false is if there's colour. So, seriously, all I need to do is that. To test. Okay. Don't detect colour. Okay. For testing textures. Hello. And then at the end of it, just do that. That'll highlight the block to me when I'm coming past it. Yep. That's good. Everything's good there. Right, we are literally on the edge of trying for a textured model. Wow. Textures are now switched on. We haven't given it the correct texture name. That's a good point. Better give it a good texture name or it's not going to load one, is it? Resources. Sandbox. Under textures. We are going to have bob.png there. Right. So I don't exactly know what this model 3D bit means. Nothing to me. See, this has never been used, so. Resources. Resources. / I always have problems at this point because I never can spell it right. Textures. And then it's... I can spell Bob. Do I need the .png? Yeah, put that in. Right. That should crash. Please crash. It might not, actually. No. I don't think it will. Aww. Okay. Build. Alright, okay. Sandbox. Let's get you sorted out. Let's rebuild you. I haven't said hello to my viewer today, have I? Hello, viewer. Nice to see you tuning in. There we go. It's doing everything now properly. Right, we shouldn't see any difference. That's the expected result. Okay. Yes. Lovely. Yay, we crashed. Container debug level STL verify. Exception thrown on data to OpenGL line 134. Of course. There is no RGB. There's no default values. Ah. Equals position size. Alright, well we shouldn't be sending that through. If object has color. Right, we'll have to redo that bit. You can't do it that way. Not if we're introducing textures. That has to be reprogrammed. Just get rid of that window. Thank you. Excellent. First bit of programming. Yeah. What's happening is we're sending colours through no matter what, and we shouldn't be doing. Yeah, this all should not be here. Those should up to here. If it has textures, else it does that. You see, colour size and colour array are there. 0 and null pointer are there. Where this gives UV size and UV arrays, where it's 0 and null pointer there. So before we can do that, we should do the colours here. Else. It's that. That's got count and I. Index isn't needed. Anything else? No. So copy that. That's the first thing. That's got to go into this else. Close and close. Space, space, space. And we also need to take out the extra line from here. Cut it totally. Shouldn't happen though, it should happen here. That's its position. That gives us colour size. Position size does exist, so that's okay. Colour array is going to go from here. So all we have to do is take it out of there, like that. That actually makes that into a bit better thing to have. There we go. Just pop it in here. And that gives us our colour array in the correct place. Sandbox. Could you do rebuild, please? Rebuild the sandbox and find some drinks. That's very cold coffee. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, we're not doing so badly. Here we go. And this time it should not crash. Thought it might last time. That's the first crash anyway. Excellent. Now because there's no colour, we can't see anything. Yeah, lovely. So that means there's no backup colour. Not my problem. But that's the correct output for what I've asked it to do. So now all we have to do is put that texture on. Texture equals true. We think it's loading. Actually, we could prove it's loading. Turn a uint. Alright, I'm going to just log here then. Yeah. And what we're going to log. Texture loaded, because there's no errors. It's got error checking in there. With ID hoping 1. Unsigned int. That one there. That's all I want. std colon end line. There we go. And to just mark it up on screen, I'll give an extra /n there. Lovely. Let's get a print out of this. Okay, so we know it's a blank screen, so we'll just pop you up. There you go, ID 7. That's it. We have a texture. New game state created. Okay. Code 0. That's good. Alright, you can go away. Lovely. We'll put that space back in so I can read it properly. There we are. That's not looking too bad. So we are now into this area of the program. We are doing good. Next area is the renderer. We now need to switch on displaying the texture. So there's your data, there's our rendering system, here's our batch renderer. It'll be in here, and there it is. So we need to switch the colour off and switch the texture on. Alright, prepare, draw texture. Now needs those two. Okay. Prepare, draw texture. Okay, just one sec. Because I know I altered that on the colour side. Projection matrix. Projection matrix matches up. Nice. Start shader. Yeah, I agree. Why are we starting the shader at the second? We should start that at the beginning. Should be the first instruction. Okay, start shader. Draw texture. Okay. Prepare. Load light is good. Render texture. World models camera, that's good. And then you want to stop the shader. World models clear. Where's clean up? Okay. Now here we go. Delete mdraw texture, delete mdraw color. That'll spark cleanups. Okay. We need to delete that texture definitely. And there's nothing here. We have a cleanup at the end of render. That's just an unbinding. Okay. Who owns the texture? Nobody owns it. It's on the graphics card. Right, I'm going to have to hunt through for that. I would have thought here, but this doesn't have anything to do with the texture at all. This is just some models and stuff. So that's good news. Right, so run 1. So we're still setting up the colour shader and the texture shader. Yeah, okay. Colour shade and text. Yeah. Checking everything. Okay, I can't see a problem with that, but there might be one. So again, sandbox. Rebuild. Let's get everything built back up. This isn't looking too bad now. Okay. Build succeeded. Shouldn't work because it never works first time for me. There you go. Didn't work. Okay. That's interesting that it didn't work actually. I thought I'd reprogrammed it all. But obviously not. We've got model. Okay. I'm going to have to create a bit of spam, aren't I? Oh no. I really don't want to do that. There you go, if model has texture, continue. So there is actually a pull-out point for it. Alright, that's the first one I'm going to check. Stuff doing it that way, because it's messy. I'll do it that way. Okay. Tell me all about it, machine. Tell me, does my model have a texture? Here we go. Soon find out. Our model has a texture. Wow. Texture ID is 7. Well, yeah, I already knew that because we tested it. So let's step into that. Is there anything there that I can see that's silly? Index count 624. Is that correct? It's a bit low. Oh, it's a low poly one though, isn't it? So yeah, 624. Okay. Fine, I'll go with it. I'll go with it for now. VOID, yeah, we've got one of those. Has texture true, has normals true. Texture ID. Shiny, shiny, shiny things. What's in here? Alright, nothing. World models, world models. I don't think we've got world models here. No, we haven't. World models is coming through there as an and. So it gets... There's no return value, is there? Void. Correct. It modifies it in place, in situ. Right. So at that point, I think we're okay. Now, if model has texture, it says continue. Oh, you silly, silly boy. It's funny, when you read it out to yourself, it just looks equals false. There you go. continue, we'll send it back out of the function. We don't want that to happen. There we go. Lovely. Right, here is our model with my expert colouring marksmanship going. Alright, that looks awesome to me. His eyes are a bit shiny, but he'll do. He'll do a lot. Yeah, a bit more colouring in on the other parts and we'll be fine. We have a model. A placeholder model now, called Bob. Bob is going to need 3 textures. We're going to have 3 races. So I'm going to go and do the textures now. Yay! And then we need to look at automated loading of all of this instead of me having to type it in. We shouldn't be typing in, and we want our colours back as well. Fantastic. What we could do is hold 2 separate vectors, maps, or something. Something to think about, I think. But there we go. This is Bob. This is my introduction to Bob. He's back. Bob is the guy that we all want to see and love. Look at him. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. Look at him. He's got clean cut hair. Look at this. Look at his face. Just look at that face. Isn't that a face you could love? There you go. Brightly shiny face. He's got dress sense. He's got dress sense. He's lovely. Yes, Bob. Bob, you are the placeholder. You are going to produce a game. Thank you, Bob. And everybody out there can also say thank you to Bob. There we go. Amber 3D is coming to life with Bob. Right. That's not too bad. So we can now have textures. What we need to do now is work out a way of uncommenting that. Because that means we need 2 different process worlds, really. That adds to the entities into here. Alright, so it's a map, it's a model. And that means it's in batch renderer.h. There we go. Right, so I want to change that really, I think, from world models to colour models and texture models. I think we can have 2 maps. It should be as simple as that, really. It's the same thing, but twice. Process, colour models, process, texture models. Yeah. that would be a good start, I think. So let's do that. Let's start here with the renderer, because we now know that everything here on that gets through the renderer will be rendered. We can render colour, we can render textures. That was the test. It's got nothing to do with the model, nothing to do with the shading and colour and all that rubbish. It's all about the practicalities. So, what I'm going to make is 2 processes. And we're going to get rid of this world business. And we can have colour. And they can be exactly the same. There's no real need to get overcomplicated. So all we really need to do now is alter that. So there you go. Okay, we'll call you colour. And we will copy and paste, and we will call you texture. Like that. Okay, is there any place where it actually... Standard map. Model key model. I see. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is get rid of that. So, we can have 2 of these now. There's no reason why not. It's a computer, for God's sake. You can have as many as you want. Colour. There you go, that was easy. And texture. Entity, test Bob. Model. Can we not call it something else except for test Bob? Entity. Let's get back to normality, shall we, here? I know it's test Bob I'm using, but you know. Oh, gosh. I think I must have been in a silly mood that day. There we go. We should start getting red blobs in here now. I've just gone to the wrong one, that's why. Red blobs, please. Thank you. Alright, so we're just going to call that entity. And that can become entity. This gives me a chance to do it properly now. So let's do it properly. Right. Entity, model. We come in, we get the batch. Yeah. This is colour. So we just change that to colour. Lovely. Find the key. So that's now colour. Blah, 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 blah. Entity. There we go. That's you done. Nearly. Entity again. And we can overwrite you. And it goes into the correct place. Oh, this is nice. So this one is textures. Yes. There we go. And that's a texture. That's an entity. That's an entity. And that's a texture. Wow, that was a difficult now, wasn't it? Lovely. So we can now prepare them. And then all we need to do here is uncomment. Comment out the selected lines. And we can send color models here. And texture models can go here. And it doesn't change anything past this point. It was written that way on purpose so I could change this and play with it. Okay. Now we can make this more efficient. Yes, we can. I'll show you why now. Because this should now work. Even though we don't have any colour models. But there's going to be a problem. I want to stop you there. Let's see if that problem exists. Okay. Oh, it's trying to call the wrong one now. So we haven't altered it past this, we've altered it prior to this. La 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 la. And that will be avatar. Avatar's changed. Or the way we use it has changed. There we go. So we know we've got a textured model for this. Still think there's a problem. Sandbox rebuild, please. There we go. If you wonder why I'm rebuilding, it's because it's tied into this stuff that we're changing. So doing changes in the library can cause long waits. Okay, well, where are we putting that, please? Here we go. Application.cpp. I didn't even realise we still had application.cpp in here. I've forgotten all about it. Don't know. I guess you're doing colour. No idea, not really that interested either. I've got to rebuild you all because of that. We have process overflows going on. Right, well, let's see if they will now stop happening. Okay, that's the library up. Oh, that's better. Alright, I've still got my... Get rid of the application, I don't want to see you. I'm not really bothered about the avatar right now. What I'm bothered about is this line 47 here. This is important to me. So let's do it. Okay. Here we go. What I want is this. And it is... models. Size 0, size 0. Is this correct? Continue. Continue. You mean it's just going to work? What? I don't like that. See, it's gone to size 1 now. That's what I wanted to see. Right. I want protection in there. I don't like what it's doing, funnily enough. If I let it continue now, you see, it's fine. But it's running code for something it hasn't got. If you understand what I'm trying to say. It's running code for colour objects which it hasn't got. Which is fine, I think, for this testing thing. But in reality... I think we are better if... I'm going to have to put it in. If... I see things crash all the time. Dot size is greater than 0. That's all it needs. And that means we can now do if underscore texture models dot size. And this is all it needs to stop running that part of the program. Greater than 0. So if I put my marker back on 47. Where are we? Batch renderer. Okay. Rebuild all. Okay, so I'm going to put my marker back on 47 and rebuild all. Just a small alteration, but it can make a big difference. Just adds a little bit of logic to our rendering, rather than just blindly trying to smash out rendering all over the place, which is all we've been doing up to now. Here we go. So our start screen, there we go. And line 47, the breakpoint is never executed. Thank you. That to me is fantastic. Now I don't need to cut them out and hide them. And we now have a way of adding more renderers which is safe. So I might want a water modelling as the next one, for instance. or clouds. There's quite a few things I want to do with this. I think the next one might be fuzzy, lighty, fantastico thingies of sparklies or something. Sparkle models or whatever. I don't know what to call it yet. I haven't designed it yet. Or designed a way that I like it, should I say. I mean, I've got designs of it, but not maybe the one I like. Lovely. We've got that. That's improved our renderer no end. Might not have improved my 3D artistry by any amount, but it's definitely improved the program. I'm more happy with that to go forwards and start automating, because we still have to integrate this where it says Bob Gold. Well, it won't say Bob Gold anymore. It'll say Bob. So that now becomes Bob. And we can keep those variables the same, that's fine. Because Bob will be finding his texture here as a PNG. That's great. That is really good stuff. Wow. I'm thinking I can now start clearing out some of this rubbish. And I've got to find some trees. Really have to find some trees. And a rock. I think I know where to find them now. I have been searching the internet quite a bit for all of this stuff, so it's everything that I'm using is free, or given free for usage. None of it's copyrighted. I mean, if this was earning money, for instance, then yeah, okay, I could go out and buy some real models, but I don't really see the point in that. I'm not about the models. I'm not about making it look nice. I'm all about research and development, which means developing, not artwork. It might look funny by the time I've finished with it, but hey ho. There we go. I'm happy with that. We have integrated textures into our rendering, our 3D rendering. And I think that's really what today was all about. Just getting that first toe in the water, and we can go on to do this now. Which is relatively easy compared, because all the code is still there. I just haven't written it in, as it were. So the next objective, I think, is to get this integrated in, so I can get the floor going and things like that. Interesting. Yeah. And then we can take the rendering away from the avatar and put it back where it's supposed to be, which is part of the game. Yes, I would prefer that. I'm also going to do some research into players and how to handle players and inventories and all that kind of thing. So I've got to start my research into those areas as well. In the meantime, I'll catch you on Wednesday with 2 o'clock. With more journeys in the life of Bob, when he becomes automatically placed on the screen. And then we have to journey onto the second object. And then we have to start setting a scene. And that means having a map. So we're going to build this step by step, and it's not going to be too difficult, I wouldn't have thought. It's just can get a bit messy, and we might have to rewrite small parts of our library now. As you saw today, I had to do a rewrite on little bits and pieces everywhere, and even on the shaders, so everything had to be looked at, which is why I'm not using a game engine at the moment, because in a game engine, to do a rewrite like that would have taken me a week. Just following the path through and finding out what I needed to change would have taken a day, at least, maybe two. And then getting it all correct is a different matter. So I'm very happy with that. We did it all in 2 hours. We've gone from colour to texture to colour and texture. And now we need to get the proof that we're doing colour and texture and not just having Bob float around in the air. But he does it so nicely. Shall we let him do it some more? There we go, Bob. You go for the outro, matey. You go for the outro. Thank you. Thank you all for popping by. And to my viewer, yep, you're welcome. I'm liking this. Yeah, I think we could do some more with this. Take care. Catch you Wednesday. Same place, same time, 2 p.m. Have fun.